AirPods on. Oh, there is no battery saving on the iPad. Interesting. Moving where? No. Bring this down. Oh, no. Here's your AirPod that I cleaned. Stuck in your left ear. And then we're gonna film like a short thing. Thanks.
You're gonna need more gigabytes. I'm. So that means they can hear me. Hi, hi everybody. Hey, thanks for being here.
What's the names on there? Alicia and
All I see Ashley and Alicia.
this is Lily. Are we starting with a correct?
No, there's no.
Let's give it about 5 minutes or about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Before the hour.
Perfect.
Did you get connected to the speaker?
Yep.
Okay. You want to just like my friend?
Oh yes.
Thanks. I got a super cute picture of you at Game
Oh,
You guys are so cute. I was like, I had to. You guys are just so cute.
We are cute. She was a calm struggle.
I don't Maddie.
She said wait for a few minutes after. We're just waiting a few minutes for a couple more people. Here we go. Hi, welcome. I don't want to start it too early. Wait till we get settled in. You're totally okay. Thank you for being here. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me at this very special class. I have a few announcements to make before I start today. So white-tailed sea eagles who went extinct 240 years ago are back, spotted in North York Moors, England. A certain species of chameleon not seen for 106 years was recently rediscovered in a Madagascar hotel garden. And wild Persian leopards are making a roaring comeback in Russia. Thank you. So we're going to begin our practice in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana. Just crisscross applesauce. Start to connect to your breath here. We're going to take 2 deep cleansing breaths by breathing all the way in our nose, holding at the top, open your lips, and then exhale. Another one like that. Inhale, hold, exhale. Bringing our hands to heart center. Inhaling gratitude. Exhaling tension. Starting to connect our breath. There's always an option for Ujjayi breath if you'd like to make a slight constriction in the back of your throat, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's bring our thumbs to our third eye. As you inhale and exhale, start to think about the sides of your eyes relaxing all the way around to the back of your brain, looking all the way through your head, through your third eye. Exhale. Bring your thumbs to your lips. Thinking about how the words that we choose affect ourselves and the people around us in our lives. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, let's bring our arms all the way up. Stretch straight up. Bring your right hand down and start to stretch over to the side. Inhale, come back up to center. Stretch straight up and exhale over to the side, to the left side. Inhale, come back up. And start to walk your hands out slowly in front of you. Getting a deep stretch in the low back here. Keeping in mind that if any point in time this practice becomes too challenging, you can always take either child's pose, Sukhasana, like we were in a seated position, or down dog can be used as a resting position as well. And start to walk your hands over to the right, stacking the left hand on top of the right. Maybe twisting a little bit to look up under that arm, the left arm. Inhale, come back to center. And slowly start to walk over to the left. Stacking the hands if that feels good to you. Remembering that it's your practice and you won't look like your neighbor. We're all very unique. And start to walk your hands slowly back to center and walk yourself back up. Here we're going to rock back onto your hips and send your right leg out to the side. Turn to face that leg and then start to stretch over it, reaching either towards the foot or the shin, whichever feels good to you. Continue breathing, feeling yourself expand on the inhale and soften on the exhale. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. Rock back, put your left leg out this time. Turn to face it and slowly start to walk yourself towards that foot. Breathing. Slowly start to walk yourself back up. We're going to rock back on the hips again, sending the right leg back out. And this time you can take your right arm and kind of put it here on the side of your bent leg and start to reach your left arm up and over for a side stretch towards that foot. Deep inhales and exhales, creating more expanse in the side body. Inhale, come back up to center, rock back, Send your left leg out. Start to bring your right arm up and over you towards that left foot. Breathing into the obliques, the latissimus dorsi here. Inhale, come back up to center. Sending both feet out in front of you. I'm going to come into a forward fold. Bring yourself up nice and tall. Start to just gently bring yourself forward. Perhaps straightening your back on your inhale, and as you exhale, fold even more into the pose. Starting to warm up the low back here. Walk yourself slowly back up your legs. Come back into Sukhasana, a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. And let's set our intention here. Could be an I am statement. I am loved. I am kind. Or it could be something like what I've been working on lately is kind communication through awareness. So make it something personal to you in your life right now, because that's what yoga is. It's a personal practice that you get to share. It is slowing the fluctuations of the mind. Sometimes we're able to do this by getting into an uncomfortable position and then creating comfort within it. So let's rock over our feet and come into tabletop. Inhaling up into cow. Exhale into cat. Looking to make sure your knees are stacked under your hips, your wrists are under your shoulders, palms planted into the earth. Inhale up into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's come to a neutral spine. Start to find our balance here, sending your right leg back behind you. Bring your left arm out in front of you and hold it here for a moment. Slowly start to awkward airplane your right leg out to the side and your left arm out to the side. Gently setting that foot down and walking yourself back up onto your left knee. So inhale up. Start to stretch over to the right. Breathe. This should feel good. Inhale, come back up. Let's come back into down or into tabletop, bringing the right knee back underneath your hip. We're going to take your right hand, bring it out in front of you, your left leg, bring it back behind you. pull, finding your balance. Start to bring them out to the side for awkward airplane. Setting it down gently, walking yourself up onto that knee. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold to the left. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring that knee back underneath your hip. Inhaling up into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now plant your toes into the earth and pull your hips up as you pull your heels back and down, coming into down dog. And slowly walk your toes to meet your hands, coming into forward fold, grabbing either elbow, rocking side to side. Be shaking the head yes or no, or doing little eternity symbols with your head, whatever works good for you. Inhale, let's roll up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Finding ourselves in Tadasana, standing mountain pose. This can be a very strong, energetic pose. Feeling the inner arches of your feet start to pull up from the midline of your body, all the way up, pulling up into your tummy, creating that Mula Bandha in there. This is a great way to protect your low back as we flow into some more challenging poses to keep everything nice and solid and safe in there. So let's inhale together up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back into plank, knees, chest, chin coming up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward, step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up, circle the sun. Bring some of that wonderful positive energy in. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, knees, chest, chin, come up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. And from here, start to walk out your dog a little bit, stretching those calves, gastrocnemius. I'm gonna bring your right leg back up behind you and start to stretch your ankle here, like point your toe, flex your foot, circle them both directions. And then gently bring that leg through for pigeon. Setting it down gently, finding where this feels good to you. I recently found out that I could put my knee out to the side a little bit and it protects my knee from hurting so much when I'm in this position. So I really like that. You can also start to bring yourself down onto your forearms Resting your head onto your hands if that feels good. Let's come all the way back up. Planting that back foot into the earth and pulling yourself back up into down dog. Look forward, step forward. Fold. Inhale, half back or flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into plank. Knees, chest, chin coming up into up dog, cobra. Exhale, come back into down dog. Walking it out a little bit. Now let's bring your left leg back up behind you. Circling out the foot, both directions. Point, flex, and then gently bring it through for pigeon on the other side. Getting yourself into the position, how it feels good for you. Making it your practice. You can even start to come down onto those forearms if that feels nice, or you can stay up in proud pigeon. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, plant that right toe, the toes into the earth. Start to send your left foot back to meet your other foot for down dog. Inhale, look forward, step or hop forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back. Knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. This time, let's bring your right leg up back behind you and bend the knee, circling the hip out in both directions. And then gently bring that leg all the way through for dragon right next to your right hand. Set it down soft if you can. Dropping the back knee into lizard. Coming onto the forearms if that feels good, or you can also take a bind here. Reaching back for the foot, if that's in your practice. Let's release the back foot, come up off the forearms, plant your hands back into the earth. Plant your left toes into the earth, sending your right foot back, coming back into down dog. Walking out your dog a little bit here. Send your left leg up back behind you. Bending that knee, circling the hip in both directions. Bringing the knee through this time for dragon on the other side, setting it down gently if you can. Dropping the back knee if that feels good into lizard. Coming onto the forearms, getting low. Feel the compression and stretch happening at the same time in your hip. Reaching back for a bind if that's in your practice and it feels good for you. Start to release that bind. Come back up onto your hands. Sending the left leg back to meet the right. Coming back into down dog. Walking it out just a little bit here. Now walking the feet to meet the hands. Coming to forward fold. Take a couple deep breaths here. Start to roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands into the earth. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, taking your Chaturanga Tandasana. Exhale, down dog. Bring your right leg back up behind you. Coming through for crescent lunge. Plant it down, keeping the hips square. Start at the bottom of your foundation and work your way up. Feeling yourself push the front foot has all four corners planted into the earth. The back foot, the heel is slightly off the earth, and you can even make a slight bend in that leg if it straightens out your low back and feels good to you. You're holding an imaginary block between your hands above your head. Lunge a little deeper if that feels good. And we're going to open up to warrior two. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Sink a little deeper into your warrior. Pull your hips forward. Energetically pull your inner thighs together. Gazing out over your middle finger of your front hand. Turn that palm to face the sky and start to reverse your warrior. Slowly come back up, coming into side angle. If it feels good, you can extend your side angle all the way over. Feeling that straight line almost in that whole side body of the left side. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale into reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg. Hinge back a little further, deepening the stretch. Come back up straight. Straighten the arms out like you're being pulled like a tug of rope from either side. Hinging forward slowly, pivoting down into triangle. Bringing the left arm up above you. Turning your head if you can to gaze up at that hand. You can use a block here. You could use your shin, the floor. We're all shaped so differently, so I like using a block a lot of times. Inhale, bring your left arm down. Start to pivot the back foot a little bit to inward. Plant the left hand down if you can and bring your right arm up into revolve triangle. Holding it here, finding your balance again. Creating more sattva, that state of harmony and balance. Let's bend the front knee and bring your left arm up, coming into water wheel. Bring your right arm up to meet your left arm, coming into crescent. Lunge. Now bring your back foot to meet your front foot, coming into chair pose. Hold it. Let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward fold. Half back. Fold. Plant your hands into the earth, step back into plank. Inhale, knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra. Exhale, send your hips up as you pull your heels back and down into down dog. Send your left leg back up behind you. Bringing it through for crescent lunge. Coming all the way up. Starting at your foundation. Feel your way all the way up, square off the hips. Find ways to make just minor adjustments in your position until you can find where you can relax into it with your breath. Opening up to warrior two. Want the right foot to be parallel with the back of your mat. The front foot is facing forward, gazing out over that left hand. Lunge a little deeper, holding it here. Maybe pull your hips forward, energetically pulling your thighs in together, your legs together. Let's turn that palm, the front palm up, and start to reverse your warrior. Breathe. Inhale, come back up to warrior two, hinging down into side angle. Extending it all the way over if that feels good for you. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Turning the palm to face the sky. Reach back into reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg. Stretch a little deeper. Inhale, come up. Straighten the arms out. Hinge forward for triangle pose. Gazing up at the top of your hand. Or you can look down at the ground if that feels better for your neck. Taking a few deep breaths here. Let's bring your right arm down to the earth. Start to pivot that back foot in to face the same direction as your front foot. Bringing the right hand to the earth and the left hand up behind you for revolve triangle. Start to bend the front knee, bringing your right arm up, coming into water wheel. Couple deep breaths here, finding your balance, deepening the twist. Bring your left arm up to meet your right arm, coming back into crescent lunge. Bring the back foot to meet the front foot, coming back into chair pose. Sit a little deeper. Let's pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then stand up straight, coming into Tadasana. Feeling some differences here, starting to warm up a little bit. Let's inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin coming into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, fold. Now step your right leg back, coming into pyramid pose. So you might want to adjust a little bit, move your hips around so you can find a way that you can start to pull your belly towards your thigh. Getting a nice stretch in the hamstring here, the hips, even the top of the hip, you can feel it sometimes. Lengthen. On your inhale, on your exhale, soften into the pose. Look forward, bring your back foot to meet your front foot, coming back up into chair pose. Pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back this time, coming into pyramid on the other side. Wiggle yourself around till you find where it feels good and then start to settle in. Deepening the stretch. Look forward, bring your back foot to meet your front foot, coming back up into chair pose, and then Tadasana. Inhaling up, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin coming up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg back up behind you. Circle the foot out again a little bit. And then bring it through for crescent lunge. Coming all the way up. Holding that imaginary block up there again between your hands. And start to shift forward slightly. Plant that right foot into the earth, all 10 toes, all of the pads, and start to hinge forward up into your warrior 3. Bringing the left leg back up behind you. You can keep your hands at heart center here or push them forward, out, extended. Holding it strong. Use your breath here to infuse strength into your body. And start to hinge down, coming into standing needle. Bring that back leg up behind you, into the sky, as far as you can. If it's in your practice, you can reach for the ankle here to find even more balance. Taking a couple deep breaths. Now let's start to, Now let's start to come back up into warrior 3. Holding strong here. Step back into crescent lunge. Bringing the arms up, inhale. Deep breath here. Bring your back foot to meet your front foot, coming back into chair pose. Pulse, 3, 2, 1, and fold forward. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Slight bend in the knees, start to roll all the way up. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that left leg back up behind you. Circling out the foot again, both directions. Bringing it all the way through for crescent lunge. Come up, strong hands. You guys are doing great. Done a lot of yoga today. So much yoga. You're awesome. Find your balance in that left foot. Start to come forward gently as you shift your weight onto that left foot, coming up into warrior 3. Holding it here. Strong warrior 3. Rain your body down gently as you bring that left leg back up behind you for standing needle. Feeling that slow burn in your left leg here. You're doing great. Start to slowly come back up into warrior 3. Staying with the balance. Stepping back into crescent lunge. Breathe. Stepping the back leg to meet the front foot. Chair. Let's hold it this time. If it's too much on your shoulders, you can bring your hands to your heart. Noticing how you want to come out of chair, but you're not because you know it's good for you. Stand up straight, bringing your hands out to your sides, Tadasana. Feeling the changes you're making in your body with your breath and your movement together. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, take your chaturanga. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward, step forward. Fold, exhale. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Walking out your dog here a little bit. Gently walk your feet up to meet your hands. Coming into forward fold. And slowly roll up. Let's give ourselves a little love here. Take your right knee in and hug it into your chest. Finding your balance. See if you can, from here, come into tree pose. If not, you can always kickstand your foot down at the bottom of your leg. You can grow your branches. Share your apples. Bringing your hands back to heart center. Then let's start to bring your right hand around to the back side of your leg to reach back for that foot. Bringing it into dancer pose. We're going to set it up by fixing your gaze, your drishti on something that's still. Start to walk your hand down that foot. Pivot forward as you push the foot into the palm of your hand. Great job, you guys. Looks awesome. Feels great in here too. Start to let it go. Release that back foot. Maybe walk your feet around a little bit. Get a little blood flow in there. Spread your right toes out really well. And start to bring your left knee up into your chest. Pressing that right foot, all of the pads into the earth. Hugging your knee, your left knee up into your chest. Gently place it where you can for your tree pose. You can grow your branches if you like. You can sway them. Finding calm and stillness in your practice, and sometimes just flowing motion. Send that foot back into your hand. Start to push the foot into the palm of your hand as you hinge forward gently for dancer pose on the other side. Creating more balance in your life and in your practice. Gently Start to bring that foot back down to the earth. Release it down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to do a challenging eagle pose. So take your left leg or bend your right knee, then take your left leg and wrap it over the right leg, hooking it around in the back if you can. Then bring your right arm underneath your left arm, bringing your palms together, pushing them up and away from your face as you sit back and down. Beautiful. Staying here just a little longer than you feel like you'd probably like to. Creating some more strength in your pool of consciousness. Inhale, come back up, unravel. Shake it out a little bit. Plant the left foot into the earth, slightly bent. Bring your right leg up and over it, wrapping it back and around. Bringing the left arm up underneath the right arm this time. Sending the palms away from the face. Sitting back and down. Strong eagle pose. Not unlike those white sea eagles. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up, unravel, shake everything out a little bit. Now we're going to come down onto our knees, setting up for camel pose here. So if you prefer wheel, you can also take wheel. If you need to take a drink or anything like that. We're going to come up onto the knees and either bring your hands into the small of your low back. You can do reverse namaste behind your back if that's in your practice, or you can reach all the way back onto your heels, whichever feels best for you. And what's today about in your practice? All right, start to slowly come back up, set back onto those heels into saddle position. Couple deep breaths here. Start to come back up onto those knees. We're going to come into camel again. Maybe this time you take it a little further or right where you were. Start to hinge back, pushing the hips forward, pulling the heart up and out, sharing it with the world. One more deep breath. And exhale, sit back onto those heels. Feeling yourself starting to relax and cool down a little bit. Maybe you're feeling extra strength in your camel today. I'm going to do it one more time, so let's come back up onto the knees. Place your palms either in the small of your back or reaching back for the heels. Start to push the hips forward, pulling the heart up. Breathe. One more nice deep breath. And then let's sit back down. Crossing back over the feet, bringing the feet out in front of you. We'll do one more challenging series here where we're going to start in boat pose. Let's hold it for a minute. We're all in the same boat together. Here we are. All right, low boat. High boat. Down boat. We'll stay here for a minute because it feels good. High boat. Low boat. Stay. Hold it. Feel it. Strengthen your core. Come back up, high boat. Low boat. High boat. Down boat. Beautiful boat. So proud of your boat. Reach it back out, high boat. Low boat. Stay, hold it strong. You got this. Couple deep breaths. You're almost there. Release, let it go. Stay here, take a couple deep breaths. And start to slowly roll over onto our tummies. We're going to do a prone shoulder roll here. So putting your right, or switch yourself over to the left side of your mat, and then bring your right arm out beside you and start to slowly roll over that arm, bringing your left knee up into the air. You can butterfly your feet together if that feels good. You can also reach your left arm back behind you as well, if that feels good. You can just stay wherever it does feel good to you. Roll back to center. Scoot over to the right side of your mat. Send your left arm out beside you. Start to gently roll over that left shoulder. And this deep stretch in the front of the shoulder. You might even notice it start to soften with your breath. And gently start to roll back to center. Pushing yourself back into child's pose. I like my child's pose with my knees a little bit closer together. It feels like it protects my low back. But you can put them all the way out to the sides of the mat, bringing your feet together as well if that feels good to you. Taking a moment of gratitude for the earth that gives us the support we're able to do this practice with. Taking a moment of gratitude for your body that you get to live in, our bodies, for a while. Now we're gonna come all the way up, cross your feet behind you and roll over them, coming back into Sukhasana, seated comfortable position. Let's start to rock ourselves back, and we're gonna put your right leg over your left leg, shoelacing out your feet to the sides. Inhale. Exhale, start to walk yourself forward. It's okay if you don't get very far, or even if you just stay sitting up, as a really deep stretch in the hips in itself. Two more deep breaths. On your exhale, start to rock back, switching the legs out. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, start to fold forward if that feels good to you. Two deep breaths. On your exhale, start to walk yourself up. Rock back, switching the legs out again. This time you're going to plant that right foot into the earth, taking your left arm out and around the knee, hugging it in to your chest. If that feels good and you'd like to stretch a little deeper, you can even take your right arm back behind you, hooking the left knee on the outside of your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, stretching and looking over your right shoulder. Breathe. Inhaling, straighten up, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Let's unravel ourselves. Rocking back onto your hips, switching the legs out, planting that left foot into the earth, reaching around with the right arm to hug the knee into our chest. Or perhaps reaching the left arm back behind you to deepen the twist. Gazing out over your left shoulder if that's possible. Breathing into the areas that are tight, bringing renewed energy in, releasing any tension. Let it all go. Come all the way out. Pick a side and splay your legs out to the sides, coming into wide leg forward fold. Start to walk yourself slowly forward. Inhaling, straightening the spine. Exhaling, softening into the pose. Just coming forward as far as it feels good for you. You can use a block here if that works for you. Just gently start to walk yourself over to the right, bringing yourself to that right leg if you can. Stretching towards the right leg. Making space in the low back and the side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Inhale, start to walk your hands gently over to the left side. Exhale, softening over the left leg. Inhaling, come back to center. Start to walk yourself up, bringing those legs back together at the front of your mat. And then slowly rolling one vertebrae at a time all the way down onto your back. Bringing either the knees into your hands or the feet for happy baby. Mindfully trying to straighten the spine out onto the earth here. Doesn't have to go all the way, but that's energetically where we're going with it. Getting deep into those hips now that they're all nice and warm, compressing them, releasing anything stagnant, bringing new fresh energy in with your breath. From here, let's gently start to walk our hands onto our back, coming up into shoulder stand. The Queen of Postures. Many benefits for your digestion with this pose. Helps you sleep better. Engages the parasympathetic nervous system. Relaxing the body. Compresses the throat chakra. Massaging it. Start to slowly drop your feet back behind you if it's in your practice to come into plow pose. Breathe.
If you'd like to take this even deeper, you can come into Deaf Man's pose. Or you might like to gently bring your feet back up into shoulder stand. Two more deep breaths here. On your exhale, start to slowly lower yourself onto the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Gently coming into our fish pose, the counter pose for shoulder stand. Propping yourself up with your elbows, tucking your fingertips at the top of your glutes, and then gently reaching your heart up towards the sky. Dropping your head back or keeping it up slightly, whichever feels best on your neck. Breathe. Slowly start to lower yourself all the way down onto the earth. Start to settle in for Savasana. We'll take one more nice deep cleansing breath here together. Inhale, open. Let's restore your normal breath. Relax your eyes. Relax around your eyes. Relax your forehead, your cheeks from smiling so hard. Relax your throat and the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, your forearms, your phalanges. Coming to your tummy, feeling that golden healing light just pouring into your tummy, filling up your body with relaxation, melting away any residual tension. Let go of your thighs and your hamstrings, your shins, your calves, the backs of your knees, your ankles, your toes. I'm going to be passing out a cool cloth. If you would not like one, just put your hand on your tummy.
As we start to come back into ourselves, into our awareness, I'm going to read a paragraph to you from The Fifth Agreement by Don Miguel Ruiz. We know that sooner or later our physical bodies will no longer exist. We only have a few sunrises, a few sunsets, a few full moons that we can enjoy. This is our time to be alive, to be fully present, to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy one another. Start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Perhaps curl over onto your right side in fetal position. Taking a moment to seal in your practice. A moment of gratitude. Slowly start to curl up, coming back into a comfortable seated position. Bring our hands to our hearts. The light in me honors and cherishes the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.